In this tutorial, I will show you how to link a Google Calendar to your account. Linking a Google Calendar to your account will allow you to schedule appointments through Google Calendar and then automatically send appointment reminders to your customers. You can also choose to view replies directly in your Google Calendar, as well as change the color of your appointments based on your customers' responses. Once your Google Calendar is linked up, you will rarely need to log into your AppointmentReminders.com account. Everything will just run automatically. Also, you can link as many Google Calendars to your account as you want and choose a default reminder type for each linked calendar. From the navigation menu, go to My Data Sources and then Google Calendar. Click the Link a Google Calendar button to link a new calendar. For calendar name, enter a friendly name for this calendar. I am going to enter my linked calendar. Now you will need to log into your Google account. Go ahead and launch a new browser window and go to www.google.com. If you are not logged into your Google account, go ahead and log in now. Once you are logged in, open up your Calendars page by clicking on the square icon that's made up of 9 smaller squares and select Calendar. Now you should be looking at your Calendars page. If you need to create a new calendar to share with us, you can do that by clicking on the drop-down next to Other Calendars and selecting Create New Calendar. If you already have a calendar that you would like to share, you can skip this step. Now, whether you just created a calendar or you already have one, you should see the calendar that you would like to share in the list under My Calendars. Hover over the calendar that you would like to share and click on the 3 dots. Then select Settings and Sharing. Scroll down to where it says Share with specific people. Then click on Add People. Enter the following email address: arcalendarshare@gmail.com. This is our Google account for calendar sharing. If you would just like us to read from your calendar and not write to it, ensure that under Permission Settings, you have selected See All Event Details, then click Send. If you would like us to be able to write customers' replies and/or change the color of your calendar event based on customers' replies, ensure that under Permission Settings, you have selected Make Changes to Events, then click Send. Now you have shared your calendar with our account, so we can read from it. The last step is to get the calendar ID from your calendar and finish linking the calendar. To do this, scroll down further in the Calendar Settings page until you reach an area that says Integrate Calendar. You should see the calendar ID in that section. Go ahead and copy it into your clipboard by selecting it with your mouse, then right-click and choose Copy. Make sure you copy the ID only. You don't need to select the part that says Calendar ID, and also make sure you haven't copied any brackets or other characters accidentally. Now click back on the browser window where you have your AppointmentReminders.com account opened. Click on the Calendar ID field. Now right-click and choose Paste. Make sure that the Active checkbox is checked. In the Calendar Read settings, determine how you want us to read appointments from your linked Google Calendar. The Read Tags checkbox will allow you to add reminders on the fly by simply adding a tag in the event description or title with your customer's name and phone number. For example, I could create an appointment and then add an opening angle bracket, then the customer's first name, last name, and phone number, then a closing angle bracket into the event description, and it would send a text message to Joe Smith. The Read Tags option is suitable for most situations, especially if you have a lot of new customers. We will explore calendar tags further in the tutorial entitled Scheduling Reminders through a linked Google Calendar. The Match Name checkbox will send a reminder to a customer if they are already in our system and we match the first and last name. This option will require you to add customers into our system first before we can read them from your Google Calendar. We will explore this option further in the tutorial entitled Scheduling Reminders through a linked Google Calendar. Next, choose the default reminder type that you want to use for this calendar. Typically, you may want to select Use Company Default, which will use your default reminder type from the Reminder Types page. However, say for example that you have several different linked calendars, each one for a specific provider or service. In this case, you may want to associate the linked calendar with a specific reminder type. The Calendar Write settings will allow you to choose whether you would like us to write back to your linked Google Calendar. If you select Write Customer's Response to Event Description, you will be able to see your customer's response in your event description. If you select Change Event Color, we can change the event color based on your customer's response. The first, second, and third expected response colors are what you want your event color to change to if a customer responds a certain way. For example, if I choose blue for the first expected response color, and the first expected response is 1 to confirm, the event color will change to blue if the customer confirms the appointment. Please see the tutorial on reminder types to select the first, second, and third responses. Click on Save and Relink Calendar. It shouldn't take longer than about 30 seconds to link up, and when it does, you should get a message that your calendar is linked. Go ahead and click on Back to List. You should now see the calendar that you added, and the link status should say Linked. Congratulations, you have just linked your Google Calendar to our account. For information on how to add appointments through your linked calendar, see the tutorial entitled Scheduling Reminders through a Linked Google Calendar.